Hi dear students, welcome you all on the behalf of Rahul Anand tutorial. So as you know that I am Rahul Anand and this is Smart and on my channel whose name is actually the Rahul Anand tutorial. So now let's begin with the very interesting topic which are openly being asked in terms of your Neet, open the Aiims, open the All India Pre-Medical Examination. So these are belonging from which of the chapters of your book? These are belonging from the Principle of Inheritance. Now, so the question is how gene control the characteristics? Fine. So the question is what? How gene control the characteristics? So today we are going to understand about these only. Now, so gene are what? So gene are regarded as the piece of DNA that synthesize at least one protein as well as the enzymes, as well as maintain the process of what? As well as maintain the process of inheritance. Find here. Now, so gene is what? So gene is regarded as the piece of DNA that synthesize at least one protein as well as the enzymes, as well as maintain the process of inheritance. Now, if I am telling you about the enzymes, so what are actually these? Enzymes are the bio-catalyst as well as the protein catalyst. So you know well about it. So the enzymes role are what? So these actually increases as well as decreases the rate of reaction without taking part in the reaction, or you can say that without being altered in terms over the course of reaction. Fine. So these are often being further divided, means what? The enzymes. So these are what? So these are the cofactors as well as the apoenzymes. Often what? Often the proteinous enzymes as well as the non-proteinous enzymes. We will be understanding about that later. Now, so fine. So let's try to understand what are the experiment result proposed by what? With the experiment result proposed as well as what was the equipments used by the Bedell and Tatum in terms for carrying out it experiment. So they uses what? So they uses actually the neurospora fungi. Find here the neurospora fungi. Now, if I am telling you about the fungi, the thing you have to understand that these are having as well as composed of the several things, such as its single unit will be known as what? The hyphae. So it will be known as the hyphae. With reference, when we are talking about the group, it will be known as what? So it will be known as the mycelium. It is often being further divided into the three broad categories. So what are actually these? So these are the ascomycetes, the basidiomycetes, the deuteromycetes. Ascomycetes directly proportional to the puffball fungi. Then the basidiomycetes directly proportional to the sac fungi. Deuteromycetes imperfect fungi. Fine. So these are coming under from the fungi. So according to the Bedell and Tatum, they proposed what? So they told that by the agency of enzyme, the gene control the characteristics. It was told by whom? It was told by the Bedell and Tatum. What was that? So by the agency of enzyme, the gene control the characteristics. Find here. So you often know about the different types of the characteristics. Nothing to make you explain about that, such as you are having the diabetes, often the what? So diabetes means the hypoglycemia as well as the hyperglycemia as well as what? The baldness. So these are literally the inheritance characteristics or trait etc. Now, so let's try to discover more things in it. So Bedell and Tatum often proposed what? So your Bedell and Tatum often proposed the one gene, one enzyme is equal to one biochemical reaction. Means one enzyme will one gene will be equal to what? One gene will be directly proportional to the one enzyme. One enzyme will be directly proportional to the one biochemical reaction. So biochemical reaction. So these are what? In the biochemical reaction. The overall reaction which takes place in terms of our day-to-day life, it will be coming under the biochemical reaction. So for it, they often use means what? The Bedell and Tatum, the best example, such example. So these are what? So these are the anthrocyon. Find here, the anthrocyon. So these are actually what? I mean the anthrocyon. It is directly proportional for the pigments which are literally playing important role to give the flower of the plants quite a bit red color in terms of the appearances. So you are often having the certain more parts as well as the things in it, such as what? The calyx and corolla playing important role to make the flower quite a bit attractive in terms of its scent, in terms of its appearances. So Bedell and Tatum use what? So they use the anthocyanin. So these are what? So these are actually the pigments. So now let's proceed with the example within term of the reaction. in which you are having the A as well as the B is equal to C. So here A plus B will be what? So it will be coming in from the reactant side. Find here the reactant side, as well as C will be what? So it will be the product side. So for the composition was playing important role to make what? To make the anthocyanin. These are what? These are the beta hydroxy acid as well as the malic acid, result in the formation of what? Result in the formation of the anthocyanin. Find here beta hydroxy acid, malic acid as well as the anthocyanin, and these anthocyanin are literally the directly proportional for the behavior of pigments, playing an important role to give what? To give the appearances or the color visuality in terms of the red towards to the plant flowers. Now, so these will be present, mean the anthocyanin will be present where? It will be present into the what? It will be present in the petals of the flower, and you often know that these will often be having the cells, of course, and these will be having the DNA, mean the deoxyribonucleic acid, often the chromosomes, often the genes etc. Now, so let's try to understand about these things. I mean, what are actually the genes? Genes carry the information which determines the trait. So you know about the trait, which are particularly transformed from the ancestor as well as what? As well as from the parental to their offspring. Fine. So gene are what? So these genes carry the information which play important role in order to determine what? In order to determine your trait. And you often know that these traits are directly proportional to what? So these traits are directly proportional to the characteristics. Now, so Mundell often proposed as well as found that okay, so there was gene, but primarily before in the previous era, such as the we are having the three types of the era: Paleozoic era, the Mesozoic era, the Caneozoic era. So literally, in terms of what? The Caneozoic era. In terms there was the many types of the gymnosperm etc. Often the complex life formed with the advanced brain was there, such as the Mundell. So he called this, means what? The gene as what? The gene as the what? The factors as well as the determinants. Find here the factors as well as the determinants. Now, so your genes are often known as what? So genes are known as the unit of heredity, and you know about the heredity means what? The transfer of characteristics or either the trait from what? From the parental or either the ancestor towards the offspring. Such as you are having the different types of the what? The characteristics as well as the example in such as the diabetes, in terms of the diabetes mellitus, hypoglycemia, hyperglycemia, etc. You are often having the dimple in cheeks. You are often having the tallness, dwarfness, as well as the baldness characteristics. Means without hair, it will be coming under what? So it will be coming under the hereditary case. Fine. So when I am talking about genes, so these are what? So these are the unit of heredity. Now, so when we are talking about the gene, it is often known as what? It is often known as the biochemical segment of DNA. So you know about the deoxyribonucleic acid. These are composed of the polynucleotide chain, often having the nitrogenous base such as the adenine, guanine, cytosine as well as the thymine. So here it is often known as what? So it is often popularly known as the biochemical segment of the DNA. I mean the deoxyribonucleic acid. Primarily, when we are comparing the case in terms of the human body, so you will be having the gene in terms of how much. So it will be around 25,000 to 35,000 in number. Means what? Your gene in terms of our body, human body, it will be around 25,000 to 35,000 in terms of our body. So these genes are localized where? So these genes are generally localized on our chromosomes. Find here the chromosome. Now, so what are actually the chromosomes? So chromosomes are the carrier of what? The chromosomes are the carrier of genetic material. So you know about the genetic material. So what are actually these? Just I have delivered, such as made you understand, such as the dwarfness characteristics, often the what? Often the baldness characteristic, diabetes, mellitus, etc. So these are coming under what? So these are coming under the hereditary case. Often popularly the types of the genetic case, etc. So this is somewhat the case in which we have understood about what? So how gene actually control the characteristics. Often we have dealt about demonstration. So how does Mundell propose the gene as well as understood gene for the first time. So it was what? So it was actually the what? So it was actually the factors as well as the determinants. Often we have understood who was actually the Bader and Tatum. Often these Bader and Tatum were awarded with what? So they were awarded with the Nobel Prize in term the result which they actually proposed, mean the one gene, one enzyme hypothesis in term of what? In term of the neurospora fungi. So I thought you have got a concept. So if you like the work with reference to the education, open the lecture. So you could open subscribe, like, as well as comment. Often share my videos. Thank you. So very thank you with reference to the Rahul Anand tutorials. Very thank you.